Hey everybody, my name is Dustin, and this is Alora.
Hi.
Today we're going to talk to you about 10 things that sucks about living in a camper.
Mm-hmm. We love living in a camper, but these are just like the 10 things that...
Suck.
Yeah, suck. Basically what he said already.
Yeah, 10 things that suck. And again, some of these are mine, some of these are hers, some of these we just both equally hate.
Yeah.
So,
and it's good to watch these kinds of videos before you get a camper or an RV or anything, or even just like living small, because like we watch a lot of these videos just to prepare us, and really the pros outweigh the cons, but it's good to learn.
Yeah, it's good to know.
Yeah.
Let's go!
So the first thing that we're going to talk about is how everything is small in an RV, obviously, but we really didn't know. It was an adjustment to like try to live in such a small space. So like this part right here, anytime I do something over here, like I always bump my head on this corner and other corners around here. Really, I mean, it's not too bad, but like two people cannot go in our bathroom at the same time. And we actually have a bigger bathroom compared to like some of the other RVs out there. And then like in between like the bed, this is where a lot of clutter will like accumulate, and it's just kind of annoying getting out of bed and having this small space, especially when like, don't show my feet, please.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it just accumulates so much stuff. It's little, and then it's aggravating sometimes.
Next! So here's the next thing. Next thing that sucks is repairs. Like things that you're not ready for, things that you don't know yet. Things are gonna break on this thing. It's just they're made to break. It's like they're put together, stripped screws and everything. Let me show you this. I'm gonna turn this so it doesn't get me. Yeah, it's on. But you turn that off, and then you got all this water coming out. You get people that it's not screwed in all the way. Yes, it is. It is. That's a leak. That's broken. It's a piece of plastic that I gotta order, and it's broken. And it's not good. Next. Can't see anything here. But on this wall right here, there was a leak. It was a bad leak. Sometimes it rained, there's no water. Sometimes it rained, there's a big puddle of water right in the bathroom. So yeah, you're gonna have leaks. Zoom in on that our great job up there. Okay? And you don't know how to fix them. You gotta learn. You gotta learn how to fix them. It looks like somebody took Elmer's glue and poured it down the side of our trailer. But it's fixed. And I'll show you two other things. This thing. Nobody's got that light bulb. Nobody's got it in their stinking light bulb box. But it went out like 2-3 months into this thing. So that's the first one, the only one that went out. But everything else in there, they're not light bulbs. They're not light bulbs. They're little LED fixtures that I think you got to replace the whole thing. And here's the worst thing. Underneath here, there's like a plastic underbelly to keep stuff from hitting things and wires from falling out. But some of them have screws, and some are like nailed in there. How are you supposed to take nails out? You don't know. You don't know that. You take half of it off and you start doing stuff over there, and the other part's stuck. So yeah, repair sucks. Next.
So the third thing that sucks about living in an RV is the different alarms and like how often they're gonna go off. So if you're taking a hot shower, since it's such a small area, like even a little bit of steam is going to set off your smoke detector. Like anytime you cook, it's gonna set off the smoke detector. You always have to have like the fans running, or you have to have the windows open, because that thing's gonna go off a lot. I'm out of breath. The other thing is the carbon monoxide detector, which is good. You know, you want it to detect that stuff, and gas detector. You want it to detect that stuff because you'll die if it doesn't. And we've had a few times the carbon monoxide detector went off, and it's actually really scary. We don't know if we have like a faulty one. We bought like an extra one just for like a precaution, but it is still really scary because a lot of people die in campers because of carbon monoxide and electrical fires and stuff like that. So that's something you have to be aware of wanting to live full-time or travel full-time in a camper, is like these things are kind of dangerous. So that sucks.
Number 4. This one's big. This one's annoying. This is everyday cleaning. You have to sweep. You should mop. You probably won't, but you need to sweep and mop every day. And I can show you anywhere on here. Look at this. There's dust. There's dust. And we probably cleaned that a week ago. Well, yeah, I don't know if you saw that or not, but there's a bunch of dirt. You can probably see it better just looking at it like that. But that's like a week ago we cleaned that. Second of all, the darn dishes. You gotta drink, you gotta eat. You drink coffee every day. It's delicious, but this little hole, I cleaned the dishes. I already did that today. But this little hole only holds so many dishes. It's like 5 cups. That's it. And like 2 plates. And then you gotta keep your soap somewhere. The other biggest thing is that bathroom is not mine. I don't get to live in the bathroom.
It gets really cluttery in here.
I get to brush my teeth. That's it. That's all I get to use that sink for. The teeth and 1 shampoo bottle is mine. But it's so small.
In my defense, I just haven't put it away yet, but I'm usually really good at putting stuff away.
She does fairly well. There's some days like today we get halfway through and then we still got things everywhere. But we decided to make this video before we went to cleaning because we need you to see that this is not like weeks of filth. This is just yesterday we did this. You know? It happens every day. You live in such a small space.
You have to clean it every day. If you're a neat freak, you have to clean it every single day.
You have to. And the last big thing, we did the dishes, the dust, the dirt, the sweep, the mop, the bathroom. Gnats. Gnats are a real thing you got to deal with. They're going to live in here. One way or another, they're going to get in here. I think part of it's got to do with gray water. And I think part of it is probably unique to our situation. But they're going to get in. Little bugs, you got to stop them. You can't let them keep going. Next!
So the next thing is smells. That's one contribution to smells. If you have a pet, it's gonna smell. So first of all, like Dustin said, like the gray water tank stinks. If you have a black water tank as well and use your actual RV toilet, it's gonna stink. Whether you have the hole closed or not, it's gonna smell. Humidity, I think, contributes to a lot of like the RV smell. We have to air this place out a lot. We actually turned our outdoor kitchen into a place where we can have the litter box, so that keeps some of the smell kind of contained as far as like our pet. But yeah, it just stinks. Sometimes we walk in here and we're like, oh my god, like this, why did we do this? It stinks so bad. But yeah, we just have to like periodically, like every few days, just like open all the windows up, light incense and candles and clean, obviously. But yeah, if you don't do that, it's gonna smell bad.
The next thing we're going to talk about, I'm going to hit 2 things real quick because one is really my bothersome thing. But the first thing we're going to talk about is thin walls. This is panel board. This is like that little tiny thickness. There's nothing there. You can't put an anchor in it. You can't put a nail in it. You're just going to put a hole in the wall. So you have to rely on these little sticky things. I don't know if you see it, but 3M right there, a little tiny 3M, don't always cut it. And I can see that somebody tried to pull this little tab, take it off, it didn't come off. So they don't work 100% of the time. They kind of suck a little bit. But they're better than nothing. But that's living in a camper. You don't have walls. You can't put anchors. Your pictures are held up with Velcro. Your pictures are... Everything's just held up with sticky stuff. So that was one of my pet peeves. But this is the biggest one. Is when you get up in the morning and it's like 5 o'clock and you got to go to work and you turn the water heater on and the water don't get hot. That's the bad part. When you run out of gas, your refrigerator starts using electricity. You can't cook no more noodles. You can't take a warm shower. You regress like 100 years. It's awful. So don't run out of gas. Corona. That's everything.
So the worst thing about living in a camper for me is that our camper does not have like a bathtub. And like a lot of RVs, some of them have bathtubs, but they're really small. So like you could wash your kids, like if you have children, you could give them baths. But as far as like taking like a long bubble bath, like that's really not gonna happen if you get a camper. So if you are someone that really likes baths like me, that's something to consider. I did get this tote that, like, when I really, really, like, need a bath, I'll fill it up with, like, hot water. Sometimes it's, like, a thing. You have to, like, put the burning hot water in there. That lasts, like, how long does it last before the water turns cold?
5 minutes, 10 minutes.
Yeah, and it takes a while to fill up, honestly. But, so I have to do that. Then I have to re-let the water heat up, and I have, like, I'll have a pot of water boiling on the stove. So by the time that's ready to put more hot water in, the water that was already in there has cooled off. So I put that in there, then I put the boiling water in there, and then I just wait a few minutes and it's good to go. So it's kind of a long process. I don't do it a lot, but like sometimes I just need a bath, you know? And then the other thing is, like, unless you're about to spend like $250,000 to $500,000 on a giant RV, you're not going to have like a washer and dryer in here. So we're lucky right now. We're living on my dad's property and he has this like outside washer and dryer, so we're able to do our laundry. But like if you are not in like a park that offers like laundry facilities, or like you're traveling around, like you have to go to the laundromat or find some way to wash in the shower or something. You have to figure out an alternative to doing your laundry. So that kind of sucks.
So these are the things that we kind of think sucks about living in a camper. That being said, we love living in a camper. I mean, I love this little tiny place.
It's nice.
It taught me a lot about minimizing what I think I need in my life.
Yeah, because we don't need like 80% of the things that you have in your house. You really probably don't need it. So yeah, it taught us a lot about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, just the things that you need. Yeah. And it makes your life easier not having all that junk you got to worry about, especially things you got to maintain. Mm-hmm. But yeah, we love our camper and we love this little life, and I'm gonna marry this girl.
brought us closer together, and we're getting married.
Yeah, there's my suit. Sneak peek. You can't see none of it. Bye.
Yeah, bye.